in their seats on time? This is amazing. Wow. I don't even have to call anybody in. Awesome. Thank you all so much. Do we have anybody who is here for the first time today? Oh, we've got some folks. Did you guys get a welcome packet? We have Kamina standing by if you need one. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. There's coffee and treats right there in the bookstore. You're welcome to have them at your seat, so feel free to have coffee, tea, or water, and there's some cake back there, I know for sure. So thank you for being here. And then we have a number of people that watch us online. It's approximately the same number as you're seeing in your seats today, so we have a really nice following, so we consider you part of the family too, so welcome, welcome. Today's speakers, the dynamic duo, we have Megara Kastner and Hudgens to speak to us today. Yeah, we're excited. The reader is McVeigh. There she is right there. And musicians, we have John Magny and the choir. Yeah, we're going to rock the house. Next week, it'll be Sharon, Reverend Sharon, speaking on the art of kindness. So it's kind of a theme this month that we didn't plan. It's all that, Spirit was in charge of that one. It was very cool. Also, if we, as you know, we have congregants that will speak, and we offer guest speakers opportunities to speak as well. If you have an impulse to speak about something, but you've never spoken and you don't really feel like you have a skill set, Reverend Jim created a pamphlet. Of course he did. And it's fabulous, and it's in the bookstore. So grab that if you kind of are feeling called and are feeling unsure. Also, just to follow that up, if you do want to speak and it's kind of new to you, Jim or Sharon, either one will work with you and help you kind of polish your message. And but you can tell this congregation is so loving that you can come up here and be a total amateur, and they will love you as long as you're authentic and have something to share with them. The prayer chaplain of the day is Ben Spang. Ben, where are you? There he is. And the prayer chaplains are always in the Myrtle Room just down this hallway for about 10 minutes after the service. They're there to pray with you, whether you have something challenging that you need some support with, or whether you're celebrating something and just want to share that joy. So definitely go down there and say hi to Ben. There was going to be a compassionate communication workshop after the service today, but it's moved to January 11th. So that'll be Megara and Ann are going to do that. But did I go? Am I gone? Okay. Anyway, but definitely put that on your calendar. It's going to be great. Let me call up all the myriad of people, and then I'll see what else I need to say.
I'm so glad to know I'm a myriad. I didn't realize till this morning that Christmas caroling on December 5th is coming up really soon. I have to believe. Have you ever seen the thing about the people on TV like, I can't believe it's already, I can't believe it. So it's going to be December 5th at Red Tail Ponds. Now, Red Tail Ponds isn't something outside, it's inside. We have to say that because we've had some people that have come and they've been looking for red tail ponds outside, and we're inside. It's a place where many of them have been previously homeless, and they have some places where they can live, and we go and sing, and we sing with them, and we bring cookies and to them and share with them, and then we're going to go to Barbara and Jim's house afterwards. Did you know that, Jim? and we have more cheer and stuff there too. So the sign up, we want to know if you can bring some cookies to Red Tail Ponds or some treats at Jim's house. So, thanks.
Come on up. Whoever's next. I did too. Yes.
Hello. Good morning. I'm Anisha, and this Thursday night we have our Love in Action Diving Deeper. And it's from 6:30 to 8:30 in the Friendship Room. We do this once a month. And Love in Action is about just deepening the spiritual journey, the oneness of all of us, our differences, our sameness, and celebrating it all as we expand our consciousness. And this Thursday, we thought, with the holidays coming up, and we're working on emotional awareness and empathy, self-care, that we would maybe tune into those emotions that arise when you're up talking in front of people all of a sudden. Ooh, I'm going to take a breath. I never know when that's going to happen. I think, I got it. I'm not getting nervous anymore, and there it is. So maybe I will work with this one. But to be able to tune into the emotions that arise over the holidays. We all have them, right? The ones that get triggered, and wonderful ones at the same time. And so we're tuning into our emotional bodies, tuning into our bodies, and listening to our emotions, because they're all here, all of them. No bad emotion. No, they're not superior to one another, and they have a lot to tell us. So we're very casual, we're very confidential, and we really would love to have you there with us. So 6:30 in the Friendship Room Thursday. Thank you. And I'm going to send these around.
Good morning, I'm Leanne. I don't have a clipboard to pass because I sent Julie an email and I forgot to attach the documents. On December 14th, which is a Sunday in about a month, we're going to do our almost annual craft fair and bake sale. So I will be passing a clipboard starting next Sunday for people to sign up if you want to bake some Christmas goodies. Holiday crafts can be made and donated. And what we do is we put it all out in a very festive way. And on Sunday the 14th, you can come and shop for little gifties for yourself or your loved ones, and it's just for a love offering to unity. So I planted that seed. Next Sunday, you will be required to sign it on the clipboard.
Hold on. Let's give a big congratulations to Leanne. She's a grandma. Yeah. Best gig ever. Best gig ever. Oh. Today is the last day to brought food for the food drive, and so the outreach team just wants to tell you how grateful they are for all the donations that you've made. Thank you so much. Each Sunday, we have a quiet meditation space that we set up in the back of the roomy room. We've said 9 to 9:30, but I'm starting to just leave it for a little bit to maybe 9:45 or so. It just gets kind of noisy, but if you feel called to be back there, there's a candle and some nice music. So if you want to just center yourself, feel free to go back there and enjoy that space. Also, we're looking for someone who might be willing to take on the organizing of meal trains when people are in need of that. It's very intermittent, so it's not a heavy duty, and there's an app that you set up, and so it's not really too onerous. So if anybody feels called to do that, we're just trying to take that off Julie's plate if we can. And finally, if you're looking for some good books, think Christmas presents. We have the bookstore, we have bookshop.org. Bookshop.org, if you buy books through them, and they have every genre, not just spiritual books, they give us back 30% of any purchases you make there. So it's really, really worthwhile if you can shop there for books. And you can get gift cards from them as well. But we also do have quite a number of books in the bookstore that you might find interesting for someone on your list. And then for non-purchase activity of reading, we have the library, which I don't know if everybody's been back there. So if you haven't, you might check it out some Sunday. It's really a wonderful collection of books. Just Jim Weimar helps keep that organized. And so you can sit back there and read, or you can check out a book, and there's no time limit. We don't impose any fees if you take it out too long. So, all right, let's take a nice deep breath and center ourselves in this loving space. Just feel the peacefulness with this incredible group of folks. And we say our unity prayer together. Our unity centers us in light and peace, allowing us to recognize our God within and to radiate that love to the world.
All right, I got some really good help up here. I got Peter Parneg on the bass and Steve Almaday back there on drums. We're going to do a song I will called If Jesus Said It. He said, behold the lilies of the field, yeah, they neither toil nor sweat. He said, worry not, children, for the Father will see that you're clothed and fed. Yeah, if Jesus said it, if Jesus said it, oh, said, yes, we must love our friends. We must also love our enemies. He said, whatever you do for the least of my brethren, you do for me. And if Jesus said it, oh, if Jesus said it, yeah, that is all I need to know. If Jesus said it, then I know it must be so. One more chord. Oh, now if Jesus said it, if Jesus said it, that is all I need to know. If Jesus said it, then I know it must be so. Yet if Jesus said it, then I know it must be so. All right, thank you very much. We're going to have a reading now from Karen.
I know our heart attracted one another to heal by Venetia Pristovec. Will you accept me as I am without asking me to change a thing? Will you speak gently when I upset you? If I don't agree with you, will you breathe? Will you have compassion for my pain? Will you see the small child I was who felt unsafe? Will you see how my hurt parents hurt me without meaning to? Will you hold me tightly when my footing feels shaky? Will you feel me as love and be a source of love? Will you try not to be disappointed in me for not being who you want me to be? And if the path is not smooth, as two paths of hurt people never are, will you be patient? When I act defensive or self-righteous, will you gently remind me, but not scold me? When I act judgmental, will you steer me softly? When I am afraid, will you listen? When I am angry, will you just allow the anger without fixing it? My anger has nothing to do with you, and your anger has nothing to do with me. Maybe we could yell together, but not at each other. Will you help me with my tone and facial expressions? It's not something I can directly see. Will you shine a light on my blind spots like a lighthouse in the night and be patient if I don't see them immediately? Because I know our hurt attracted one another to heal. In truly joining together, new things are born, but no one said birth was easy. Sure, we could try complacency, but that would be a waste of possibility. In our deepest love for one another, there's a chance that finally there is a safe space to grow. If we nurture one another as the seeds that we are and not put timelines and expectations on one another, there is hope. Does nature stand outside the butterfly cocoon and demand it grow faster? No. She gives it a protective layer to help it withstand the external elements. Nature wants the butterfly to fly. Will you fly with me? And this is the response. I will accept you as you are without asking you to change. I will speak gently when you upset me. If I don't agree with you, I will breathe. I will have compassion for your pain. I see you as the small child you were who felt unsafe. I see you, how your hurt parents hurt you without meaning to. I will hold you tightly when your footing feels shaky. I will feel you as love and be a source of love. I will try not to be disappointed in you for not being who I want you to be. I will be patient. I will remind you gently, but not scold you when you are being defensive and self-righteous. I will steer you softly when you are judgmental. I will listen when you are afraid. I will allow your anger and not try to fix it. I will help you with your tone and facial expressions. I will shine a light on your blind spots and be patient if you don't see them immediately. Yes, I will fly with you.
All right. Thank you, Kara. But we need you to get back up, and all of our singers, please come on up. And while they're getting here, I wanted to say, okay, we have choir practice, but it's every other Wednesday at 4 p.m., so it can be confusing. And I tend to miss some people sometimes. If I've missed anybody sending out an email, let me know. In particular, there's a woman named Nancy Baker. I don't know if she's here, but she gave me her email address, but I printed it out wrong or something. Anyway, if anybody knows Nancy Baker, get me in touch with her, okay? We're going to do a song here that Randy Newman graced us with. Because today's theme is compassionate communication. So we're doing something called You Got a Friend in Me. All right, start on that C. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Take it, girls. Yeah. You got a friend in me. 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 You guys, you got trouble. I got them too. There isn't anything we'll do for you. We stick together, we can see it through. You got a friend in me. You got a friend. Tap dancing time. Some other folks might be a little bit smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too. But none of them will ever gonna love ya all the way I do. And as the days go by, our friendship will never die. Here we go. You're gonna see it's our destiny. 2, 3, 4. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Yeah, thank you. All right, I think it's time for the the dynamic duo to take. Whoa! I shouldn't have said that.
So, some of you know that I have spasmodic dysphonia, which is a tremor in my vocal cord. And it's fixed by a Botox injection to my vocal cord, and I have one Tuesday. So it helps a lot today. So we'll see what happens. It is our great pleasure to talk today. Megara and I have known each other for 100 years.
Pretty close.
At least. And to have this chance, we knew each other from our work lives, and to come back together, to be at unity together and speak together is just awesome. So we had so much fun putting this together. So Jim and Megara have been doing a class on compassionate communication, and this whole thing has set us up. Jim last week with the inflamed ego personalities was a perfect setup. So everything's been setting us up for today, which is just in time for the holidays. So we could all use a little shot of compassionate communication, unless you're spending it with family of choice. So, yay. So, as Karen was saying, we come to this honestly, our spiritual journey. And the goal is to let our light shine as bright as we can let it shine. So it's not to dim down our ego. We spend our childhoods developing ego, and ego development is essential for a healthy personality. But then it gets all muddled up, and so it either gets too big or we dumb it down. So the goal is spiritual, and that's to let our light shine. I want to tell one fast story. I grew up in a super dysfunctional family. 5 kids. We were a wreck. My mom committed suicide when I was 19, and I got breast cancer at 29. And I had a terrible time with the chemotherapy, so bad. I was so sick. I went to a psychiatrist to help with chemotherapy side effects. And not very far into the first session, he said, "Tell me about your family." And I'm like, what? What's my family got to do with this? What does my family have to do with this? So my healing journey started there. What's it got to do with it? Al-Anon was my spiritual ticket out of the dysfunction. And it gave me a spiritual reparenting. So I let my light shine in a healthy way most times now because of where I've been. So Megara and I are going to work this back and forth. So let's let our light shine.
One of the things that we've been talking about that Ann and I were putting together is we have all these pieces like Karen was talking. Where did Karen go? Oh, there you are. That was brilliant. Was that there's these old thoughts. And part of what can happen often is we can be triggered by those old thoughts. And because they're so old and they're so deeply ingrained in our brain, they just pop up all the time and have more influence. So part of what we want to do is not throw those thoughts out. They were there for a reason. It's just we want to give them less influence.
So when they pop up, what can you do? All right, there's the thought. Am I going to let it overwhelm me, or is there a way to maybe let it ease a little bit and have less influence? So part of what we want to be able to talk about today is how do you stay curious about your experience so you can own that whole piece. It is who you are, and it's brought you to this point. And then how can you stay curious about that other person? Because they're doing the same thing. Okay? They're doing the exact same thing. So how then does that influence a relationship? You know, and I can only speak, you heard this when I was up in when was it, September that I was up here on stage. And how Anne experienced her cancer and all the influence. She was my touch point to help me get through mine. So it's just that, I'm going to go back to the red thread, the piece that connects us and how we get through all of that. So it's how can we always speak from our heart? How can we always let our light shine, as you were saying, and to hold that connection, hold that intention of compassionate connection, even if that person is driving us a little nuts.
No.
No.
That never happens. So we talk often about meditation where the thoughts come and you let them go. That's the goal. We're trying to let the thoughts come and go. But our negative thoughts, our negative self-talk can be different from each of us. So what's your chatter? It kind of depends on where you came from. So in my family, my goal, my job was to look good for everyone. So my chatter is try harder, work harder, do better. How much can you get done? It's like, Some other self-chatter is, I'm not good enough, I'll never be good enough. So the self-chatter that drives us crazy comes from wherever we came from. And the goal still is to say, oh, there's that again, and to let it through. So we all have the negative self-chatter, but it might not all be the same. But it is in fact the same. It comes from the same place of what's our wound and how does it heal.
And with that wound, again, it's kind of our teaching point. Or I think from my family, I have one sister that's 9 years older than me. And we were having some conversations a few years back. I was trying to see what it would be like to actually have a sister because she was so much older than me. She watched me grow up. I didn't get to watch any of her growing up. And one of the analogies I like to use, so hold my sister here for a second, and then over here, thank you, over here, imagine, and those of you that are in class, imagine that you have an iceberg out here, and just that little bit of iceberg is above the water. That's how we present ourselves. That's how we look. That's how we show who we are to the world. Now, what's under that iceberg is where we really come from. It's our past experiences, it's our beliefs, it's our values, it's our judgments. So as Anne is saying here, we all have those pieces. And with my sister, I was like, wait a minute, I really don't know how you grew up. So one conversation to stay curious, which is kind of my piece in this today, how do we do that? From a compassionate place is I just asked her, her nickname is George, I call her George. So I'm like, George, how did you grow up? So she gave me a little bit more understanding of what's below her line, even though we had the same set of parents, all right? There was a huge difference in how we grew up. 9 years later, yeah, you know, my folks, I kind of got to do whatever I wanted. Okay, here comes another kid. Let's just keep going. So I think that's a piece. So even with your family, all those experiences below their line is going to be slightly different based on where they're at. Yeah. So it's finding that compassion, that connection, and staying curious with it.
Yeah. We also are currently living in a time where there's lots of ways to have trouble fitting. It's always been true, but it's getting, hopefully in my heart, it's getting easier, that we're not the same in our brains. There's neurodiversity, there's sexual and gender identities and orientations. There's all kinds of ways of being in the world that could not be talked about when I was growing up. And my goal is that however you're wired, you can let your light shine and not be othered or different. Did you cover this part?
I kind of did.
You covered that part. I want to talk about two models. So can we have the first slide, Laura? Roles in a dysfunctional family. So there's lots of ways to be dysfunctional. Addiction's one of them. So there are 5 known roles in dysfunctional families: caretaker, scapegoat, mascot, clown, lost child, family hero. And each one has a job to keep the family functioning. My job was the hero, so no matter what, I needed to look good, keep the family reputation going. I got this. It's a hard burden. Sometimes I don't want to be the hero, and it's good to say I could use some help. My sister got to be the mascot and clown, and I laugh so hard when I'm with her. She is so, so funny. But she also has not deepened, because that role still works for her. The lost child hangs out, keeps quiet, keeps your head down. Don't bring attention to anything, just get through. The scapegoat is the hardest job because it's the one where you take the heat off the family system so you look like the problem.
And often get blamed.
And get blamed.
Because often I was the scapegoat, and it still shows up all the time in groups that I'm in. I'm like, where did this come from? How all of a sudden I'm getting blamed for all these things, and it really isn't necessarily about you.
Yeah.
Yet that still holds on, and it's still a big wound to think about.
Yeah. It's so hard to recover from being the scapegoat because you did it for your family, but it didn't bring you accolades. Nobody says, yay for you. You took the heat off the family, but it's a hard, hard job. Yeah. And then the last one is the caretaker. So sometimes these all get blended together. So in my family, there were 5 of us, so we each got a job. In some families, people have to do more than one job. But it's the job. Those are the things that a dysfunctional family needs to kind of keep dysfunctioning. Yeah.
Well, and one of the pieces, too, is those are the lessons you can learn from it. Usually it doesn't happen until we get probably closer to our ages or have a psychiatrist to help you through it, kind of thing. there's also that we want to be able to spend some time on too, is where were the good times, even as small as they were? Where can you pull some of those moments of laughter, like your sister? She always had you laughing. Mm-hmm. Where can we pull some of those to help reground ourselves and get our brain staying there a little bit? Because our brains are set up to fight, flight, or freeze. So when we have a threat, all of these pieces, that tends to hold more power, more strength. And what we're looking at here that Ann and I wanted to be able to emphasize too is where are those good moments, even if they're the smallest, just little moment in time. Where's a piece that you might be able to hang on to and go, oh yeah, that's what was good. And it can bring a smile to your face or a little bit more compassion to your heart to help soften that wound, to help put a little salve on that wound, if you will.
My mom had the capacity to love like none other. She had a heart as big as the universe, and I always felt loved. So that's her gift to me. There was lots else that happened there. My dad's alcoholism, he came by honestly in World War II. And it took me years of healing to say, oh, geez, I wonder what happened to him. Oh, man, what happened to him? He sent bombing missions out, and the boys didn't come back. What happened to him? So these healing journeys are generational. So it's up to me to heal. It's up to me to heal. But we came by our stuff honestly. And the way out is spiritual.
And so realize then that the other people, those that may be sitting around your holiday table, have the same piece. Okay, they're trying to find their own journey and figure it out. So where is there an opportunity, even for just a touchstone of compassion, to be able to pull in and stay curious about what might be below their line in that iceberg analogy, to help them be able, and is there maybe anything you might even be able to do to help them do that? And realize they still could be totally annoying.
Annoying or unconscious.
Yes.
Or unconscious.
Or some of both.
Or some of both. Out of 5 of us, 2 of us took the healing journey. Only 2. And I feel like we're the survivors, and the pain remains for the others. And they had a choice too. And weirdly, cancer was my gift. Who knows what would have happened, but it started my healing journey. Next slide. So, some of you may have seen this good old drama triangle. So it's been replaced or optimized with the empowerment triangle, but the drama triangle. So when you know when you're in drama, you can feel it. The tension, it feels old and icky. It feels like you're in the past. So drama is of our internal making. And there are 3 spots on the drama triangle, and everybody has a favorite spot. But everybody can play all 3 roles. So the persecutor is the one that says everyone else is to blame. if you would shape up, I would be okay. So that's the expectations. The problem is everywhere else. We know some persecutors, bullies. The problem is elsewhere. The rescuer, no, wait, I'm going to go to the victim next. The victim is typically in the focus of the persecutor. You're the problem. You need to change. And it's shame-based. The rescuer tries to rescue the victim, and eventually the victim gets mad and says, "Don't fix me." And then the rescuer feels like the victim. Got it? After all I did for you, I'm trying to help you. That person feels like the victim. And then they can shift into the persecutor role. Well, you can just do it yourself. So all of us know how to play all three roles. And the ticket is drama, and the ticket out is to decide not to play. So the empowerment triangle.
Yeah, the empowerment triangle is about shifting that if you decide you don't want to play, okay? So there's the challenger, okay? So, all right, here's the challenge that we're going to look at to move forward and beyond, okay? What does that look like, okay? The coach is the one that's helping fit that piece. Okay, here's my part, here's your part. Let's coach us through it. Let's get you through those pieces so you don't feel victimized and how to do that. And then the creator is coming up with the new ideas. How to be able to take that piece and move forward. You know, can we look at it this way? Can we look at it that way? How about thinking about it differently? So as you get stuck in the old drama triangle, where might you be able to take it into the more positive piece and look at, all right, there's our story, there's our history, and we're saying we want to do this different now. Or at least I'm going to step into my place to start doing it different, and I want to compassionately invite you in to join me with this.
So stepping out of drama means you have to notice it. So if it feels so familiar, you don't notice it. The first place is to, when you're feeling like you want to shake your finger at somebody, if you feel like you're victimized, if you feel like somebody can't do it without you, that it's all up to you. Those are clues that you're in the drama. And it is no easy task to step out. The cool thing about the drama triangle is it only takes one to step out. The whole system does not need to bust up. If you don't play, the rest of the group can't play either. So what does stepping out of it look like? So a mantra I used when I was working, actually it's good anytime, but when I was working, I was the university's chief disciplinary officer. So the kids that got in trouble had to come see me. And I loved the rascals. And I loved the scapegoats because I had a sense about what was inside them, the tenderness in there. So what I wanted to do is to ask them the question, what happened to you? What's the way out of this for you? And it's a hard job to interact with students who are having trouble sometimes. They really just want to be loved. But my mantra to myself at night was to ask myself, did you like who you were today? Did I like who I was today? Because if I stayed true to myself, if I liked who I was, if I brought the unity principles to work, I would like myself, in spite of how hard everything else was. And if I didn't, I'd say, oh, I can try again tomorrow. So it's not, you get to try every day. And it's a really good goal to just like yourself today. Do I like myself today? Yeah.
Well, and part of this too is, one of my favorite pieces too is the whole idea of both and rather than yeah, but. Okay? Because it's so easy to get stuck in that victim place with yeah, but, I should have been, or yeah, but, yesterday I was this. So if we can take it, this is, do I like myself today? Was I a good person today? Do I feel comfortable where I am today? Because it becomes an and. So yesterday wasn't a great day, and I've got that. And now, here's how I'm going to look at today. Okay, so who do I choose to be today based on how I was yesterday? It may be adding to, yep, yesterday was a really good day, so I'm not going to bring these pieces on and take it a little bit farther. I'm practicing. And it could be, yesterday was a really crappy day. I was not very good yesterday, and it's not a but I'm going to do better today. No. Yesterday already happened, so you have to give it its space and honor its space. That's where you were yesterday. And today, I'm going to do that. Yeah. So it's a matter of letting go of that but and changing into your brain, even through the drama triangle. That was what happened, but now here's who I am. That's what happened, and now here's how I'm going to do it different. Yeah. So you honor that past. Yeah. It was there. It served its purpose, even if it felt crappy. And now, here's where I'm trying to go.
Yeah. So at the root of some of our dysfunctions are fear and shame. The 12-step folks use the acronym SHAME, should have already mastered everything. Should have already mastered everything. Our sense of perfection, of trying to be perfect, keeps us so stuck. It is so hard to be perfect, and there actually is no such thing as perfect. We are perfectly imperfect. I went to a painting class, and the people who could go there, mostly old folks like me, if the story they told themselves is that they could never do this, they didn't. No play, no fun. The story, some out loud, I'm no good at art, I can't do this. And the ones who came in and said, like me, I don't know how to do this, but what's the worst that could happen? What is the worst that could happen? I could make a shitty painting. So, there's so much of life that could just be racked up to a shitty painting. It's not life-threatening. We can make all kinds of mistakes. And we have a chance to try again, but we do not have to torment ourselves over having to be perfect.
Yeah. Well, a painting experience, Gloria got me through it. You know, I can't do this. I had a meltdown. Barbara was in there too, wherever Barbara's sitting at the moment. You know, and it's like, no, stick with it, Megara. You can do this. And when I came home and looked at it a few days later, that's really not so bad. I I just need to keep working on it. Duh.
Right.
You know? So finding that compassion for myself, that inner communication has to start there first, and sorting that piece out. And get rid of the but, and just say, and this is where I'm going, and this is what I'm trying to do with it now. So what's your intention there? Yeah.
So, recently I saw a posting by Chastain Buttigieg, Pete Buttigieg's husband. And it was right before the march. And he said, wait a minute, what would you actually like on your sign? What would you like on your sign? So I find all the things clever and funny, but what would I like on my sign? So some suggestions he had was, I would like people to feel safe. I would like to feel at home in the world. I would like people to have access to food. So what do you want on your sign? It's much more powerful to ask for what I want, to put the energy into the world. What do I want? What do I want? Who do I want to be? How do I want the world to be? What's on your sign? Thank you.
Yeah, I like that tag team thing. That's pretty cool. Our thoughts are prayer, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayer. Listen to what you're saying. Seek your higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is and every thought's indeed a and every thought's indeed a prayer.
Okay, so let's meditate a little bit about how to step into relationship with someone. Okay? So sit back, tune into your body just sitting there. Feel the soles of your feet touching the floor to ground you. Feel your back resting against the back of the pew. Notice how your shoulders and neck feel. Drop them into the gentleness within your body. Now your breath. Take 3 nice long breaths. Imagine yourself slowly coming to a standing position in a wide open space. Look around. It's your happy place. Invite all the people, the spirits, the presence that fill your heart with love, gratitude, gentleness, and compassion. Invite them in. They surround you in connection of all of your beingness, all the past and all the present. In this silence, feel their presence and spirit. Now picture someone else out there in their space. Maybe someone you may be sharing a holiday dinner with that also may feel a little bristly to you. See them surrounded with all their people, their spirits, their presence that fills them up. Watch them drop into their heart space with love, gratitude, and gentleness. Now come back to yourself and watch yourself take one step toward that other person with your heart open, with the intention of even the smallest connection. If they respond, take another step. It's just an invitation to connect with compassion on the smallest of moments. Now smile. Notice how you are feeling and your sense of presence in just those couple of steps forward to connect to them. Enjoy this small moment. And when you are ready, find yourself back here and open your eyes.
May the blessings of God rest upon me. May God's peace abide in me. May God's presence illuminate my heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon you. May God's peace abide in you. May God's presence illuminate your heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon us. May God's peace abide in us. May God's presence illuminate our heart now and forevermore. Now and forevermore.
So Ann and Megara, I sat back there and just hung on to each and every word for some 20 minutes. You certainly blessed us this morning with your wisdom and input and concepts and ideas, and certainly your love, so thank you. Are you ready to join us on a healing journey? I trust that's what this community is, because all of us need it. Out in our sign, we've got a sign that says, unity, a positive path to spiritual living. I think we ought to change that and make it unity, a positive path to spiritual healing. Don't you feel it? So we're going to be exploring some more of these topics in the future weeks, and you can be part of it. So to be part of it, we also need the finances, and so we're going to take an offering.
Yeah.
And I thank you deeply for your generosity. We are a prosperous community, and we're grateful for that because of you. So let's have our ushers come forward, and let's bless our offering with the words on our screen. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am and all I give and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
I need money. Yes, you gotta have your money. That's what I want. That's what I want. All right, we're gonna get that choir up here again. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. All right. We're going to do a song that's called None of Us Are Free If One of Us Is Chained. It's gonna go like. And we're gonna start with some sha-la-las. Well, you better listen, sisters and brothers, 'cause if you do, then you can hear. There are voices calling across the years, and they're crying across the ocean. They're crying across the land. They will until we all come to understand that none of us are free. None of us are free. None of us are free. One of us is chained. None of us are free. 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 If one of us is chained, none of us are free.
And there are people still in darkness, and they just can't see the light. If you don't say it's wrong, then that says it's right. We got to try to feel for each other. Let our brothers know that we care. Got to get the message, send it out loud and clear.
Loud and clear. None of us are free. None of us are free. None of us are free. One of us is chained. None of us are free.
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 One of us is
Chained. None of us are free. Let's clap. Peter. Bring it away, no.
If you just look around you, gonna see what I see. 'Cause the world is getting smaller with each passing day. Now it's time to start making changes. And it's time for all to realize that the truth shining bright for your eyes. And none of us are free. None of us are free. None of us are free. One of us is chained. None of us are free. 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 One of us is chained. None of us are free. None of us are free. None of us are free. None of us free. One of us is chained. None of us are free. Sha la 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 la. 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 Sha la 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 la.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, John, let's do This of the Light.
All right. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine on the corner of Lions and Vine. Here on the corner of Lions and Vine, I'm gonna let it shine. Here on the corner of Lions and Vine, I'm gonna let it shine. Here on the corner of Lions and Vine, I'm gonna let it shine, 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 oh, let it shine.
Good morning. We are continuing our theme of love for the month of November, and we talked about love of ourselves and our the idea that sometimes we need to discern, we need to choose what we hold as value versus what sometimes we're judging. So that was our discussion for today. All right. Anybody want to say anything? Okay. Oh, I do. I want to say something. We've got a couple of important dates I'd love for you guys to keep in mind. One is Friday, I think it's December 13th, if I'm not mistaken, and it's 10 to 12. That's going to be our Santa's workshop. We'd love to have as many kiddos here. We're going to do some arts and crafts, and we're going to do some fun stuff, singing some carols and having some storytelling, a bunch of good stuff for that. So make sure that, let me know if you'd like, and we'll make sure we have everything. We may even have a visit from someone very, very special that can bring some gifts possibly too. So we'll see how that all works. And then on the 21st of December, Reverend Sharon has invited the kiddos to take part in the Christmas program with her on the 21st. So we'll be doing that as well. So we'd love for you guys to make sure that you we get there and we have a good time with it. All right, thanks.
See, I want to confess. I got a big problem. My big problem is that, I could thank Nancy Hughes for her engagement with these kids. I could thank John Magny for the music, the choir, the readers. But there's so many that are behind the scenes in our Sundays.
Yeah.
So how do I recognize everyone? Our bookstore people, our greeters, et cetera, people that set up, the treehouse people.
Soundman John.
Wow. So one great big thank you for everyone that has blessed this place so richly. Thank you. And that means that we circle up and we close our service. So together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.